Warning! Disclaimer. It should be noted that all official contents of this video are historically accurate due to the lack of information on the internet. It should also be warned that some content may be disturbing or uncomfortable for some viewers. Probably not, but you've been warned. Viewer discretion is advised. James Chadwick, also known as Jimmy Neutron, Sir James, Sir Chadwick, was born in Manchester, UK, was a husband to Eileen Stewart Brown, father of twin girls, and he died at Cambridge. And he discovered the neutron, hence the name Jimmy Neutron.
James Chadwick was born to Anne Mary Knowles and John Joseph Chadwick, who owned a laundry business, because he loved to clean people's clothes.
Not actually.
Overall, he was a shy and private guy, but hey, he was smart. He won a scholarship to Manchester University when he was just 16. Only problem was that he went into the wrong interview lineup and landed in physics instead of math. He was too shy to admit his mistakes, so he stuck with physics.
He wasn't fond of his classes because they were loud, but during second year he heard a lecture from Ernest Rutherford regarding his experiments in New Zealand. He began to work closely with Rutherford afterwards, graduated in 1911 with first honors, and began to study his master's degree.
World War I came around and Chadwick, being a British man, was jailed. He was bailed out by Geiger at one point, but was ultimately interned. After the war ended, Rutherford got appointed director of Cavendish Laboratory at Cambridge and brought Chadwick with him. They conducted research on the transmutation of elements in an attempt to create new elements out of ones already in existence.
They discovered that almost all the elements' atomic number was less than its atomic mass, meaning that something other than the protons was taking up space in the nucleus. 12 years of experimentation went on and saw almost no successes in the discovery of the unknown mass. But in 1930, two German physicists and two Joliot-Curies saw experimental results that solved everything for Chadwick, and thus his experiment. A polonium source at the start to produce and shoot alpha particles. The alpha particles would then slam into beryllium foil, which would then produce radiation. The jacket that I threw out was radiation. The radiation sent from the beryllium foil would then get sent towards the block of paraffin wax, which would then release hydrogen atoms into the gas chamber at the very end. To recap, polonium source releases alpha particles, which pummel beryllium foil to release radiation. Radiation releases unknown mass into paraffin, and paraffin releases hydrogen atoms into the gas chamber. How does this confirm the existence of neutrons? Well, paraffin wax contains hydrocarbons, which thus has hydrogen. In order to move out hydrogen, something of equal or similar mass must be used. In this case, that would be the neutron. Similar to how if a stuffed ball is thrown at a person, hydrogen won't be moved by something as light as electrons. But if something equally as massive was thrown at it, then there is enough momentum to move hydrogen out of paraffin.
Not long after Chadwick's discovery, however, World War II came around. And with the advance of war technology came the debut of nuclear warfare. But since we're too lazy to actually explain, here's a 99% legitimately historically accurate recording of a totally real James Chadwick from 1943.
My garage got this new atomic bomb here. Fun to drop around the Germans and the Japanese. But you know what I love more than just the materialistic things? Knowledge. Got these 7 newly installed bookshelves here with over 2,000 books, as you can see. This here is nuclear fission. E equals to mc squared. Einstein's theory. And it's all thanks to my discovery of the neutron. When you pummel neutrons into uranium nuclei, the nuclei splits into 2 almost equal masses, releasing tons, great amounts of energy. And that's all from knowledge. And that was enough to change my life. And if you follow these tips, then you too can be successful just like me.
Okay, admittedly that wasn't exactly Chadwick in the flesh, but content-wise what he said was true. Just keep in mind that he didn't actually design any nuclear bombs on his own, and an atomic bomb specifically was never made. Rather, Chadwick is more of an acting diplomat for the British and the deal when the race to make the bomb was underway. In fact, to summarize the rest of his life, after the war, James Chadwick continued to pursue a focus on nuclear weapons, mostly researching in an isolated laboratory concerning his shy and independent personality. Regardless, he worked tirelessly to further his research while stably balancing his scientific life with his family one, with his wife and twin daughters. He was also knighted in 1945 in England for his achievements in physics. And while I'm here, I'll also mention that he won the Nobel Prize in 1935 for the same reason. He's won other awards as well, but the list is so long that it's not worth your time really listening to it. All the way until the end, however, James Chadwick was a peacekeeping man. He eventually realized that his research into nuclear weapons and the atomic bomb would cause more peril than military success. As quoted from the man himself, its effect in causing suffering is out of all proportion to its military effect. James Chadwick died peacefully in his sleep on July 24, 1974.